Hi, I'm Muriel Anderson, and you're watching for GuitarPlayersOnly.com.
Hi everyone, John Liebman here. You're watching for GuitarPlayersOnly.com. Coming to you today on location from Nashville, Tennessee, in Muriel Anderson's living room. Thank you so much for your hospitality.
Oh, thank you for stopping by for a cup of tea and a good time to do an interview.
Yes, that's great. Yeah, well, we should work in an interview too, in addition to the tea and all the other hospitable things that you have here. But we did a great interview at Winter NAMM. I think it was January of 2016, if I recall. And you were very excited. The CD that had come out around that time, or a little bit before that, Nightlight, Daylight.
Right.
Very cool cover with lights that light up and shooting star, and it had won, I think, like 11 awards, everything from the artwork to what were the other awards that it won?
Let's see, the Global Music Award, Best Instrumental, and let's see, a whole pile of them. But the best ones were for the best packaging.
Yes, it was very unique.
And I remember last time I was glowing about this artist that did the artwork, Brian. Yes, you remember.
Yes.
Well, we've been dating. And not only dating, but touring together. And so we're trying to figure out what's a way that we can tour together where he doesn't just carry my guitar, where he can be an artist too, is a great visual artist and a videographer, as it turns out. So we decided to do an audio-visual show where Brian's fantastic artwork is behind my music. And he's able to capture the essence of the tunes in visuals. And I've done the opposite. I've written some tunes to go with his visuals, and also some footage we found from my grandparents from 1929. Wow! One tune that we play goes together with this video of their vacation to Canada during Prohibition.
Oh my! And
so it shows, my grandfather and each one of my relatives walking into a bar and staggering out, walking into another bar and staggering out. So what
a treasure trove! What a find!
It was amazing, and there was the dirigible.
Black and white, I assume.
Yeah, black and white, of course. The dirigible, like the old blimps,
yeah.
And my great uncle's first ride in a biplane. So I wrote something kind of Charlie Chaplin-ish to go with it, and so it's a great part of the audio-visual show that we've been touring with now in Europe too. So we're touring all.
What is the status of that project? Can we see it somewhere sometime?
We've had a lot of requests for it, so we put it on DVD. So we call it Wonderlust, and it's on the website.
Okay. MurielAnderson.com. You can say it.
Sure.
Okay. Well, that sounds very special.
Yes, we've had fantastic response from that.
Well, I am not surprised. What else is going on? I know you have your All-Star Guitar Night that you did in Nashville. It was just last night, right?
Last night, yeah.
Tell us about that, Muriel.
Oh, it's great. We went back to our roots. So we've been, for 22 years, I think about that, been doing these All-Star Guitar Nights.
Since you were a baby.
I was a mere child then, yes. I'm glad you noticed, yes. So we went back to our roots, to the acoustic form. So this was an All-Star Guitar Night Unplugged. We did it at 3rd and Lindsley, and I think we'll do it again next year at this time, and possibly the full big show during Summer NAMM. But
you mean during Winter NAMM?
Oh, sorry, during Winter NAMM, yes. Okay. Summer NAMM is here in Nashville.
Yes.
But it went great. We had Michael Kelsey, who just floored everyone with his work, and Jack Pearson played, Stanley Jordan, Lawrence Juber, and Stanley brought his daughter and to sing with him, so that was really special to him.
Stanley played acoustic?
He played acoustic style, but he was plugged in.
Okay, yes, because I always think of him as more of an electric guy.
Yeah, but he's pretty versatile.
Yeah. It seems to me, I remember one time he tunes his guitar all the way in fourths. So what would normally be the B string is a C, and what would normally be the high E is an F. Is that correct as far as you know?
Yes, that's exactly right.
I'm a bass player, so that makes more sense to me anyway.
Yeah. He's a really brilliant mathematician as well as a great musical player and a brilliant mind. And so he decided that it made more sense to him from a logical standpoint to tune it all in fourths, and then he could really approach the guitar as a polyphonic melodic instrument. As you know, he plays it all tapping with both hands this way, and he was not only one of the first to play that style, but really one of the most advanced musically to do that, and his playing is unbelievable.
I remember when he was all the rage, and seeing in way back when there were record stores, and there was a disclaimer on the, I think it might have even actually been a vinyl record. It says there are no overdubs. He is actually doing everything that you hear all in real time, which was a very new concept to people back then. So yeah, he's amazing. I've seen him with you. You are a guitar player, but you're more than just a guitar player, and this harp guitar is more than just a guitar.
Yes.
Why don't you explain a little bit about what this lovely instrument is, this exotic instrument, and some of the things about the way it's designed and the way it's played and why it is what it is. 21 strings normally?
Yes, this one I had built for me by Mike Doolin. And most
I think
harp
you mentioned
guitars-
him in our last interview, if I
Yes,
recall.
most harp guitars have just the regular guitar set, and then the bass strings. And I had one that Del Langen's built for me, the full size, but it was really hard to tour with because it was just too big to fit in the overhead bin. So the main purpose of this was to fit in the overhead bin, and so that's how it started out.
Do you know the bass player in town, Charlie Chadwick?
Yes.
He's got the upright bass that folds in half.
I just ordered a folding harp guitar.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know he did that.
Charlie is not making them. There's a builder in Switzerland, who's making them, and so I have one on order from Lucas Brunner.
Okay.
Yeah, so for
And it'll fit in the overhead?
that not only fits in the overhead bin, it fits in a backpack.
Wow.
That goes on your back. The neck comes completely off. So, but this one will fit in the overhead bin, you know, in most cases. And then this is actually my second one that I had built. It also has an extra set of trebles on there.
Okay. So this is tuned like a regular guitar, but you were telling me before it's actually up a whole step, I think.
Yes, because the neck is smaller to fit once you put all these bass strings on.
But you'd finger it like a regular guitar because it's all the strings have the same relationships.
Right, but then you also have this these extra notes, so you have almost the range of a grand piano here. And when I recorded the harp,
By putting a grand piano in the overhead bin.
Yeah.
Even if you could fold it in half.
that's right.
What are these? How many strings are here?
This has 7. It used to
you
have
had to
8.
Count? You didn't just know?
No, it used to have 8 strings, but one broke, and I decided I liked it better that way, so I just left it off. So then, when I want to make the next higher string, I just do a little harmonic there.
Well, those sound like seconds. That just sounds like a scale, right?
Yes. So this is generally tuned in a scale, just depending on what I need
But
for the song.
you can't alter these pitches with your finger or anything. They are what they are, right?
They are there. However, I had Mike make me half-step tuners, so I can change these just by flipping the levers here.
Like a hip shot type thing. Or something.
Yes, so that gives me more flexibility with the bass.
Okay, so how this is an F sharp, though, right?
Normally, I have this tuned down today, so if I were doing something like this, I can grab the regular part here or grab it in the super trebles, which is nice, you know, for... You can do the harmonics also.
Vincent.
That's right.
Starry, starry night.
Yes.
What are these strings here? The pitches.
I have GHS made me some extra long bass strings, so they're just extra heavy guitar strings, moving down in a scale. But for that song, Vincent, I like to skip one and use both of those. Just for there's one note I like to get in the bridge for that bass, which is an E to me and an F sharp to you.
Okay. Well, you know what? On the double bass for some of the soloing, there is a thing called a solo set of strings for double bass, and they do that just to bring it out, and so it's higher pitched because bass is down there,
Yeah.
and it's just up a whole step from regular, so it's still tuned in fourths, but
okay.
starts at F sharp instead of E. So
Like a requinto bass, sort of.
sort of. I don't know what that is, but okay. Hey, I saw something interesting on your website. Your first CD, not the first one, but the one that we talked about, Nightlight, Daylight. That's music to go to sleep to and music to wake up to. Very interesting concept. Right. I stumbled upon something called music to cook by. And there's a recipe for a strawberry salad dessert. And what is up with that, Muriel?
Oh, okay. Well, I have had this passion of really fine food and great ingredients, So when I travel, people kind of get to know I'm sort of a traveling gourmet, and
Is it only when you travel, or maybe in the kitchen you got something good for us?
In the kitchen every now and then too. But as a touring artist, I don't have a whole lot of time to cook. So I especially like recipes that are fantastic and don't take a whole lot of time. And so I've been kind of gathering these over the years. And for 20 or more years, I've been wanting to do a cookbook with music to go with it. And
I don't believe anyone has ever done that, not to my knowledge.
I'm sure people have many times, but I wanted to make it really special so that I would write music to go with each recipe, or find music to go with each recipe. And so you'd have the music to cook by and as well as the music to eat by. Because, you want cooking to be an experience. You put on some music, have a little glass of wine, and enjoy the whole experience of creating this really unique food.
You are a neat person. You come up with stuff that's great. It's so practical, but I don't think anybody would have thought of that.
Well, I'm financing this project in the new way. I've never done this before. I mean, all my friends have done crowdfunding in one way or the other. Uh-huh. And, I didn't want to go to one of those sites. I just wanted to share the experience with certain people who would like to become part of it. And so I have a patron page. And I've had great response so that people can donate any amount they want to towards the project. And then I send them working versions of the music as it's being created. So they get the music together with all the mistakes and all the outtakes and everything. And then they get the next version, which gets a little bit more interesting. Then the next version has a bridge. And then they also get the recipes as I find them. This new strawberry salad, we just posted that on the patron page.
That's brilliant, because you're keeping people engaged and giving them a reason to come back for more.
Yeah, we keep changing it as we gather some more recipes and gather some more music. So and you don't even have to donate if you want to just kind of check out what the new thing is. Just go to murielanderson.com and click patron.
Okay, but if you want to donate, that's okay with you. If the people want to.
Yeah. Okay. And so people have been great, and we've just made some wonderful new friends through that.
Yeah, food will do it. What else is coming up? Dare I ask, what else can we expect to see and hear from you?
Well, Brian's other passion, other than...
Brian again. You always got to bring up Brian.
I have to bring up Brian. His other passion, other than...
other than you? Oh.
Yes, is he loves to sail. And so we just came back from 3 weeks on the sailboat. Wow. And so some of the new music is inspired by that. And occasionally I'll update my YouTube page and give a free lesson from the sailboat.
Wow.
That I'll post there.
That's great. Well, always something interesting going on. And I mentioned last time that opened it up for a follow-up interview, and that's this. But maybe you just opened it up for yet another follow-up interview, because it seems to me everything that you see inspires you to do something musical. And with Brian, with his artistic background, it's a good combination. So
Yeah,
good
so
for you.
thank you, thank you. And if you didn't get to the All-Star Guitar Night, it was filmed by Namubu, and I believe they keep an archive of that. So NMB Live/Muriel Anderson. And we have a few items left over from the silent auction. So Sam Ash was so generous as to donate merchandise. And we have signed posters, autographed posters from not only last night's show, but also previous shows with great musicians. And we're going to continue to update that this week and next week. So check back with allstarguitarnight.com, and we'll have some of those items and probably some footage.
Excellent. Okay, you paying attention, folks? Always interesting stuff from Muriel Anderson. This is fascinating, and especially I want to thank you for your generous hospitality. It's very special being here, and it's always a pleasure talking with you, and I can't wait to find out what you're going to do next.
Thank you.
On location in Nashville, Tennessee, in Muriel Anderson's living room. That's just so cool. I had to say that again. I'm John Liebman. You're watching for GuitarPlayersOnly.com.